It is time to prep for whitetail season 2024.
Going into the 2024 deer season, I thought this year would be the best year that I've ever experienced in a long time. I had done all this prep work all summer, and then finally coming October, it was time to get out into the stand. Going into 2024, I had all this time to hunt and all this time to be out in the stand. But during the first half of October, the season started slow, with not seeing any deer at all and dealing with unseasonably warm temperatures. October was pretty much dead for me all through the month. Every time I went out, there was no deer. And then, finally, late October, I had an encounter with a one-antlered buck on public land during the last few weeks of October. And then the next day after that, I had another encounter with another buck, which simply now I hoped that during rifle season I would get my encounter with another deer. Well, I didn't see another deer after that through the first half of November. Then finally, in mid-November, I had some more encounters back in during the archery hunt. And yet deer activity was still kind of slow, and I never had a chance. Then finally, December. Muzzleloader season. We started having some snow on the ground, I had a few encounters with dozens of turkeys, and then finally on the 6th day, I had an encounter with another buck, which simply ended disastrously when I missed this deer.
My fault. My mistake. I've been tracking this deer for a little bit.
I had no blood at all.
Looks like he ran
I
so
simply
far into
missed
this
a buck
line
during the
of cedar
6th day of
I'm
muzzleloader
not seeing a
season.
track of any blood.
Now that
or
deer
any-
season is slowly coming to a close, I have to try to find a way to seal the deal and fill my tag as we go on into late season bow. It'll be now or never. The question is, will I fill my tag this year?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's come down to it. Late season bow. And I'm sorry for the lighting, guys. I can't really see on the camera in my car here, but I'm sitting. I'm just about to leave the family camp. But yeah, we're going out to the late season spot. I got a blind out there. We got some deer moving around on the cameras. So hopefully this morning we'll see something come in. It's getting close to legal, so I'm going to get going and set up in the blind. Got the crossbow. And we'll see how we do this morning. Y'all stay tuned. Well, fellas, we're halfway through the morning sit this morning. We got a little bit of a wind going on right now. Cold breeze. Haven't seen any movement this morning at all. But I think this is more of a better evening stand than basically a morning spot. But late season, they start to yard up this way. So it makes the perfect late season hunt. I walked in here yesterday and had an encounter with a button buck on the trail cam. But it's the only daylight picture I've really seen. But other than that, we've only seen crows and a few grouse on the way in, but that's it. But the deer seem to be maybe out and about. I did hear movement from behind me. So we're thinking if we pack up for the morning, we'll come back out to this blind in the afternoon, this evening, sit for this evening, and at last light the deer should start coming into the field. Hopefully, but There's still deer hanging out there. So yeah. Well guys, a little update. We got some blood. We're gonna get the flashlights and get tracking on her. I'm not gonna try to get on her too fast, but we got some blood. Took a shot at her. We had 3 other deer come out in the field. Yeah, first sale on this property is just excellent, fellas. I got a little bit of hope, so we got her down, and then we got some meat in the freezer. Whew, that was intense. That was really intense. So either ways, guys, we'll just wait on some backup here, and then we'll go track and look for her. Well, guys, our conclusion to the hunt is I need some time off the camera for at least a little while to explain this. I didn't get a lot of footage of us tracking this deer, and it didn't really look good. Like when I shot that doe, I had some good. I waited a little bit. Made a quick phone call after taking the shot. When I shot, I saw her reaction like she was hit. I was aiming broad, aiming for a perfect lung shot, trying to make a nice lung shot. But when I shot, I might have took a little bit too far of a shot and kind of made a gut shot, I believe, because we had some marks that actually showed a gut shot with an arrow. And like, I tried. My cousin tried too, and he did an excellent tracking job. Last year when I shot my buck during rifle season, of course, so yeah, I had no blood for that deer, honestly. The one I got rifle season last year, opening day, I didn't even have I didn't even have blood at all. But yeah, I still found that deer. But this one, I had blood, but no deer. This is... I just don't feel good about it, honestly, guys. I wanted to get off camera for a little while after, like, I didn't even film the recovery, trying to find this deer. I didn't even want to. Because, like, I just felt... My main goal was trying to find it. Trying to find her. But turning up with nothing is just beating me down. It's just a bit of a wind down to the rest. Like, I've got family, I have the holidays to deal with and everything else, so I don't know if I'm gonna get back out for the rest of the season. Like, this is not what I'm trying. Like, biggest thing is, like, I don't feel proud tonight. She might have died somewhere in those cedars into that swamp. And the coyotes could have got to her first before we did. I don't know. But I honestly think the coyotes were, like, close, and we were right on that blood trail. So it's been just a rough season. So yeah, that's all I gotta say on that. Tonight's just not a good night for me. So this might be the end of my season of 2024. And just to make it end like this is just sucks. unfortunately shit like this happens. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. I'm sure many deer hunters would say the same thing, and this has probably happened to them. But I honestly feel not very good about it. But yeah.
After the 16th of December, pretty much my season was pretty much over at that point. But yet I still tried to get back out again. But the holiday seasons were starting to begin, and I was still seeing deer showing up on the camera. Any chance I had of trying to get back out was gone at this point. I was still getting deer coming out onto the property, and they were still showing up on trail camera. But I admitted defeat this year, and finally winter shows its face to the Ontario countryside. After a long, hard seasons of struggling and having encounters, but yet not abling to seal the deal, was definitely one of my roughest seasons. Mistakes, and also learning from my mistakes this year was the biggest thing of the 2024 season. And finally, by early January, deer season was finally over. It was a long, tough season, and I was not successful. Oh well. It is what it is. Better luck in 2025.
Well, guys, that concludes our 2024 deer season. I know now that it's February now, late February. It took me a while to finish this video. There's been a lot of stuff going on, so I've been kind of late on my little bit of my content. But yeah, 2024, I would say, was the most challenging season that I've ever been a part of because, one, we had a very small population of deer this year, back in 2024, and had very few encounters. Weather was not right. It was unseasonably warm most of the fall, and going on into early season bow, rifle season, and throughout November, during, and then December muzzleloader season and late season bow. It's just been a bit of a struggle. We had missed a deer during muzzleloader season, and then we lost the doe in late season archery. So it was just, in my opinion, a very rough season for me this year. I ended up not filling my tag, and a lot of guys in my group didn't at all. One of my friends shot one in rifle season, and of course, another guy that hunts with us got a small buck during rifle season. So it was just, the rest of the season was just very slow. We've had we've seen some deer during bow season, and I took a shot at one in muzzleloader season, and yeah, so it was just one of those years. I usually have a lot of success anytime I go out, but I feel in my area where I hunt, it's the deer population is a little down. Major factors is mostly coyotes. Coyote populations are up, and I think it might be something to do with overhunting or so on. There may be a lot of conclusions, but as of right now, the winter of 2024-2025, which is now in February, we've had a pretty hard winter this year. We had a lot of snowfall, which could probably bring a conclusion to our 2025 season will be kind of rough too, but we still got a whiles away until then. So all I know is that I'll be doing some ice fishing soon, and then possibly in late April will be turkey season, so I'll be back out going turkey hunting, and I might even try to do a spring bear hunt this year. So yeah, so that concludes our 2024 deer season. And if you guys like this video, I know we didn't get one this year, and I'm dealing with tag soup, but can't be successful all the time. So anyways, guys, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys put a like. If you guys are not subscribed to SW Outdoors, make sure you guys click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and the latest videos are, and I will catch you guys in the next video. SW Outdoors, sign out.